You're in an interview and out comes a very simple question, and that is, how would you test a text field or an input for a text field? And I know it sounds easy, right? I mean, come on, it's just a text field. I'll just say, I don't know, I'll try with numeric characters. I'll try with special characters. I'll try with tabs. I'll try with um, I know mathematical characters. I'll try with emojis, and then you think you're done. Well, I mean, you are done if you want to be like that, but I would say you have to analyze it a little bit more, or you have to get more context before answering the question or during the process of answering the question. I'm going to link in this video a link to a discussion in the Ministry of Testing about exactly this. And I'm going to also use an example which is provided in the comments. Please have a look, also have a look in the comments. It's really entertaining and you have a lot of useful information. So the first thing which I would say you need to do is to get the context or the purpose of the text field. So you need to understand what is this field for. Because, for example, if it's a passport field, then in most cases you will not be able to enter the password and see the actual data, but you will get those you'll get the format like this. So once you get more information, yeah, so let's say it is a name field, like in this site here, and then you want to know about what it has some limits. So when you're asking with limits or boundaries, you show the interviewer that you are familiar with specific techniques of testing, be it boundary value analysis or being equivalence partition. Then you may ask about the technology used for the site. Technology, browser, are you testing this on mobile? Are you testing this on a PC, on a tablet? And in the end, you may ask, who is this field going to be used by? This is important to know your end user because it will allow you to give certain answers in the direction of a not so, unfortunately, a not so used area of testing, or a type of testing which is sometimes neglected. I'm talking about accessibility testing. But okay, so once you have the context, so you know, okay, so you have, you're testing it in a browser on a Windows machine. It has some limitations, a couple of, I don't know, 500 characters, for example, and it is supposed to be also accessible to people with certain disabilities. Then you might want to group your test cases. So you would say, okay, firstly, you try some, like we said before. So try with alphabetical characters, numerics, emails, in case it's going to be an email, minimum, maximum length. So you have the information about the minimum, maximum length, yeah. And then you go into some input methods. So you're testing the inputs, not only the input types, so testing the input itself. So if it accepts copy pasting, this one, for example, does accept copy pasting and also accepts injection of JavaScript in it. So if I can use bug magnet here and I can add some names. Also, in Bug Magnet, you will have all of these input types for names or ideas of input types for names that you would be able to use. So you have shown the interviewer you're interested, you want to know more context, you know how to test different input types, you know how to test different inputs. Make sure when you mention the testing of the actual inputs to show that you know about, like I said, equivalence partition, boundary value analysis, and anything else that might come into mind for you. Then you might want to go in the idea of, let's say, internationalization. So if the field accepts values which are specific to different sets of international inputs, maybe Cyrillic alphabet, Chinese, Arabic letters, European, and so forth. Then one interesting idea which I saw here and would definitely have not thought about is if you have autofilling. So do you need to clear the cache before your tests, or can you spot different values by simply clicking in the field and having them autofilled? And I'll let you have a look at this Excel sheet more, especially in the direction of going to a functional perspective. So once you're done with the functional part, you might want to go into the non-functional. So trying security. So trying to see if it allows to have, let's see, we have here some exploits. So if we allow SQL injection in it, so if it allows JavaScript code, if it allows HTML code to be entered, then you want to go into the direction of accessibility. So does it allow screen readers? Does the tabbing work correctly? And of course, anything else that might come into your mind, you can definitely use. But what I was trying to point out with this video, or what I'm trying to point out better with this video, is you need to show that, I mean, you need to show everything that you know when you're in an interview. Don't rush into it. Don't think it's always really easy. I mean, for a text field, you'll see also when you have a look at this link here with the Ministry of Testing, that you can have maybe 100 different sets of inputs classified, and they're all unique. And that's only for one field. I mean, now you're thinking the first response that I gave in the beginning isn't really worth much, right? I mean, to just say letters, numbers, and some special characters. So I'll link everything, as always, in the description of the video. And I hope you liked this video from this series, How Do I Test A? If you liked it, have a look at the other ones where I show how you can test an API, how you can test the login screen, and do write in the comments if you'd like me to write or to make a video about different how to test certain specific parts of a web page. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one and bye bye.